What if you could flip a switch in a student's brain that makes them not just tolerate a challenge, but actually crave it? What if the simple act of trying, the effort itself, could feel as satisfying as leveling up in a video game? Sounds like a fantasy, right? Especially when you're staring at a student who seems paralyzed by a big project or who dreads opening a textbook. But this isn't magic, it's neuroscience. And I'm going to show you how a simple shift in focus can turn your most discouraged learners into your most engaged scholars. Let's be real. We've all felt that crushing weight of a huge project or a monster exam. For a student, it can feel like standing at the bottom of a mountain with no map. The natural result? Procrastination, anxiety, that sinking feeling of, I just can't do this. This isn't a character flaw or a sign of laziness. It's a biological response. The human brain is hardwired to conserve energy and dodge tasks where the reward feels too far off or uncertain. Why grind away on an essay that's weeks away? To the brain, that often feels like all cost and no benefit, so it hits the brakes. This creates a miserable cycle of avoidance and stress, leaving everyone feeling stuck. But what if we've been looking at motivation all wrong? The secret isn't gritting your teeth and forcing it. It's about redesigning the process to tap into the brain's own powerful motivation system. The key player here is a neurotransmitter called dopamine. You've probably heard it called the pleasure chemical, but that's not the whole story. It's more accurate to call it the motivation molecule. Its main job is to make you want to do things by driving you to seek rewards. When the brain anticipates a potential reward, it releases dopamine, which boosts your focus and your desire to keep going. It's the force that says, hey, this is worth doing, let's go. Here's the hack, and it's almost laughably simple. You have to consciously and intentionally celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. Not the final grade, not the finished project, but the tiny individual steps of trying. Why does this work? Because your brain's reward system can be trained. Each time you complete a task, no matter how small, your brain can release a little bit of dopamine. This creates a powerful positive feedback loop. Take a small action, get a chemical reward, and that reinforces the behavior, making you want to take the next step. This isn't just a theory. Harvard researcher Teresa Amabile calls it the progressive principle. After analyzing thousands of work diaries, she found that the single most powerful motivator wasn't a big bonus or a major breakthrough. It was simply making steady, incremental progress on meaningful work. Small wins create the momentum for big achievements. So, how do we put this into practice? It all comes down to 3 simple steps. Step 1, shrink the goal. Never start with write the essay. That's the mountain. Instead, break it down into smallest possible steps. The first step is open the document. The next step is write 1 sentence for the title. The next is find 1 interesting source. Each of these is a tiny, achievable goal that your brain doesn't see as a threat, which helps reduce the stress that can lead to paralysis. Step 2, celebrate the tiny win instantly. This is the most crucial part. The moment a micro step is done, you have to acknowledge it. Don't just rush to the next thing. Take 10 seconds. For yourself or a student, use specific effort-focused praise. Instead of a flat good job, try something like you kept working on that problem even when it got frustrating. That shows real persistence. That immediate celebration is what forges the connection in the brain between effort and reward. Step 3, make progress visible. Create a visual record of your wins. A powerful method is the simple paper chain. For every micro win, whether it's asked a question in class or studied for 15 minutes without distraction, write it on a strip of paper and add it to a chain. This makes progress tangible. Seeing that chain grow proves you're moving forward. Research on the remembered success effort has shown that giving students easier questions at the start of a task can make them value the activity more and even tackle harder problems later. You're building a visible track record of success that your brain can't argue with. Imagine a student. Let's call her Maya. She's completely swamped by a big science project and has been avoiding it for weeks. Using this method, her first step isn't do the project. It's choose a topic. She does it. She feels a tiny spark of relief and accomplishment. Her parents praise her for getting started. The next micro win, find one book about it. She does. Another link goes on the paper chain. Slowly, step by step, the project gets done. But the real transformation isn't just the finished project. It's that Maya's brain is being rewired. The feeling of trying is no longer associated with dread, but with a steady, satisfying sense of I'm making this happen. She's building the core belief that I can do hard things, one small win at a time. So that's the secret. You stop waiting around for motivation to strike, and instead you start manufacturing it yourself, one tiny action at a time. Shrink the goal, complete the step, and celebrate the win. Now, I have a challenge for you. What's one micro step you can take right now on a task you've been putting off? Let us know in the comments below. Let that be your first win. If this video was helpful, subscribe and hit the bell for more science-backed strategies to help every student thrive. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Patreon for more resources and check out our DigiTease Mindful Apparel's online store for mindful apparel.